I wanted to do an updated video with updated mods and currency usage for crafting a bow, or at least bow-based skills. So if you want to do a chaos damage bow, then maybe you'll go with like a hunter base thicket because of attack speed, so like toxic rain, or even with like caustic arrow, you would use toxic rain totems for like single target. But if you don't want to use a thicket bow because of the dex requirements, maybe use something similar with the same attack speed, like a short bow, grove bow, or even like a reflex bow with like movement speed as the implicit. So maybe you'll choose something with less dexterity requirements to use. But anyways, let's go to crafting it. So with the bow base, you will want to first alteration spam until you get the mod you want. We'll go with attack speed because it's useful for like toxic rain, and once you have the T1 attack speed, this is T2, but for crafting example, I'm just going to show with a T2 mod. But T1 is obviously what you would want to have. So you'll alteration spam for it, regal it, and then you'll null off the other modifiers. So you would just be left with a rare bow with just the attack speed. And once you have that, then you can start bench crafting it. So first you will need to have the multimod, and then you'll have attacks cannot roll as your next craft, and this will fill up your prefixes. Now you can, suffixes, and then now you can only get prefixes when you exalt slam. So there are only two possible options, which is the damage over time hunter modifier and +1 socket gems, and if you try again, you will not be able to exalt slam another modifier. It'd be maxed out. So those are your two suffixes. And if you want a better chaos damage multiplier, damage over time modifier, then you would just have to redo the process. I think the cheapest way is probably just to alt spam and just redo all the steps. More expensive way maybe to just scour and then like use keep suffixes and then scour off everything. Okay, so once we have our two exalt slams done, we will remove the craft. So then, because we don't need the attack modifier anymore, cannot roll attack modifier. So remove it, and then we go back to adding it again, and then we have craft, and then we do support. Usually if you do like support and you have like, and use empower, and then in the other modifier for at least chaos damage over time skills would be this. So that's how you would at least craft a chaos damage based bow. And if you want to do a similar bit of crafting for like explosive arrow, then maybe you'll get something like this. Again, you would want T1 attack speed because you want to hit that like certain level of attack speed for a explosive arrow bow. But the thing is with explosive arrow, the prefixes, you don't really have a good third prefix to slam or want to craft. So it's okay to hit like keep a prefix that's not fire damage, because if you do get the added flat fire damage, you will brick your bow damage with explosive arrow. But if you get like any other elemental type or elemental damage to attacks, then it's fine to just leave it there, I believe. So it's like in this case, it would be like a 1 in 3 chance to get rid of the suffix we don't want, which is the critical strike chance when we annul, and then we can start crafting on it. So let's go. Cool, we got it. And so once we have that, we can start crafting. Assume this is, you would want T1 attack speed, and then the elemental damage, lightning damage here doesn't really matter. And what we want to do is basically the same thing. So we go into modifiers, and we want to fill up our suffixes so we don't accidentally slam a suffix. So craft mod, cannot roll attack, and now we can exalt slam, and that's the only one we can do again. Cannot generate more modifiers, and then we can just do what we did before. So we can remove, and if you already have like +2 already, it'll be okay if you're not using empower. But if you do have like empower, I believe this should be more damage to use this modifier. So do +2 socketed, modifiers for +2, and then we do, we we want to do modifiers, sorry. And then the good thing is only exalts now. So support isn't as expensive when you fail it. It's just 2 exalts. Not as expensive to mess that up. And then we do minion damage, or minion attack speed, sorry. So super cheap on the odds except for the multi-modding and cannot roll attack. And it's fine this way, I believe. So the lightning damage isn't that useful for it, but it's fine to not having to annul it. So it makes crafting for explosive arrow bow a little bit easier because you just have that open extra prefix. Just as long as it's not added fire damage to mess up your elemental equilibrium, it should be good to go. And this will give you quite a bit of attack speed, and you would obviously want to use a tier 1 attack speed and not in this example where I just have a random attack speed.